Forgot to click the go live button. Hello, boys. Feel good. Woke up early today. I'm gonna start working up. I'm gonna start waking up earlier. Generally speaking. Um, Coming for that London high. The XY seems bearish. Nothing is responding well to these tariffs, if I'm being honest. One share pass on my eval. Hope I can get it done this week. I would agree. Hope you can get it done this week. Good Angel. What's good, Johan? Flores, what's up? BG, what's up? What's good, Bailey? What's good, Steven? Hello from Romania. What's up, brother? There's a lot of people in Romania trading, huh? Good fight. From Portugal, what's up, man? Lucian, what's up, brother? Ethiopia, what's up, brother? Ferris, what's up? Afternoon? Afternoon. It's early morning for me. But I have good news. I have good news for you guys. You bullish as fuck right now? I don't think so, actually. If I'm being honest. I don't think you quite can be. Um, yeah, I don't think I can be, if I'm being honest. Probably gonna look for a London sweep reversal. Um, is it possible? Sure, it's possible, but be quite surprised if we don't go towards December's low. If I'm being honest. So I don't expect us to undo the entire range, but let's break it down. Like, listen, today I'm gonna talk to you guys something about very important today. That's what's important. So today is important. Today open. We got London high. High. Today's an important day, guys. I'm gonna tell you guys why. Tell you guys why. Yo, weirdly enough, dollar index has been like directly following the indices recently. I don't know if it's because all this tariff volatility and such, but it seems like they're just following. Yeah, I'm on my front ends every day this week. It's just in Q. It's normal. This looks 50-50. We just shifted bullish. I'm personally expecting a continuation lower. So London reversal idea or New York reversal idea. But let me tell you guys what's up. Let me tell you guys what's up. First things first. First things first. I've set my alarm for like 8 a.m., 8:15 a.m. So I'm gonna be waking up 45 minutes earlier. That way I can always get breakfast done before stream. So we're just more locked in. All right, that's first things first. I gotta stop eating breakfast in the first 5 minutes on stream. I don't know why. Just gotta wake up 10 minutes, 15, 20, 30 minutes earlier, get the breakfast out of the way so I can just focus on drinking water. That's first things first. Second thing second. Our goal today is to improve directly from yesterday. Yesterday, I was taking trades even though my bias was 50-50. And that's a rule break for me. No 50-50 bias trades is allowed. That's not okay. So today, we're going to make sure that we're going to follow the checklist diligently. That's my only goal today. And obviously, to not lose more than 2R. I would even go as far to say 1.5R. I think because I took that loss yesterday, although I'm still up on the accounts, I'm gonna be de-risking. So yeah, 2R, but like I'm gonna be half R risk every trade until we build back that drawdown. Even though technically I'm not in drawdown, I sense that maybe I take a string of losses here, just preparing myself. So until I recoup that from yesterday, um, I'm gonna be de-risking. How do you calculate what 1R is? So for everyone, it's different. It's like 1R is the max I'm allowed to trade with in one trade risk. So for me on a 50K account, 1R, $250. I do not want to lose more than $250, period. You know? So if I risk 125, that's me risking half R. Now if I want to, I'm allowed to risk 250. But I'm not gonna go ahead every single trade take $250 risk. Sometimes I take 3-4 trades a day, right? I can't risk 250 on all of those. That doesn't make sense. So the 1R, when am I risking 1R? It's when there's a regular trading protocol and everything is aligning, and it's basically like this trade plays out or the narrative is killed, right? Sometimes you'll notice where I'm taking a trade and I already understand the worst case scenario, which is like I get souped and then it goes again, for example. Okay, well then I can't risk 1R on that. So are you expecting London sweep and continue down? I think it's very possible, and that will be what I'm looking for to start the day. So that's the game plan going in. I think this is an early Judas move. Now, I'm already noticing a large move pre-market, so that means the first 30 minutes could be sloppy. So I'm not gonna rush it. It needs to be a very clean setup if I'm gonna take it off of London high sweep. So just keep that in mind. And besides that, I have a trade copier set up. Hopefully, no malfunctions. It should be fine. I have it opened up here, so if anything goes wrong, I can just close the trade. We're on the micro. Should be nice and smooth. And besides that, yeah, so that's what we got to focus on. So I also was doing some reading yesterday, so that's it. We're getting back on track. I was getting complacent in my win streak. But that's it. The win streak is over. We have a fresh slate, and it's time to start doing what we got to do, which is following the checklist, managing risk, focusing on managing risk. We got to start implementing some good habits. So I want to wake up 30 minutes earlier every single day. And we've been good with the gym, so that's good. And then, as you guys know, we're going to start working on some Apex accounts. I don't have them yet. To be honest, it might be a CPI move. I don't know. I don't know. We'll see. But if you guys saw my TikTok, the side quest has begun. I want to get 20 Apex accounts, and I want to get a payout on all of them. So that's the side quest. Anyways, so looking at this price action, going into the day, I actually have a quite clear bias. I wouldn't want to see this high get taken. Now, could we reverse, go all the way to NWOG? Yeah, I'd have to change my bias at some point when it's like blatantly obvious that we're not going to continue lower. We're going into the day, and I'm not just doing this because I don't want to be 50-50, right? Yeah, I 100% think NWOG is a possibility. I'd be quite surprised if we get there, if I'm being honest. I'm not expecting that. But let's say we start seeing something like a higher high here, or we get like a really, strong expansion, and then like this, and it's like, oh, well, we're probably going to take out, that high. Okay, I'll flip bias. It's probably going to go buy side here. So I'm not going to sit here and say it's impossible, right? But I know what will I need to see that the high probability scenario. Then we'll wait for that. But as of right now, no. I don't think this is going to I'm leaning towards bearish still. I'm not convinced that we're just gonna go back to the gap already. I don't think that makes sense. I think the draw is previous month's low, which is around the same as NWOG. So another scenario is obviously it stays range bound. Like we set this low, we set this high, we stay in that range, but we're having some pretty good volatility. Did anyone know? Did Trump say some shit about tariffs? Like, is that why we're pumping right now? Did Trump say like, yo, no more tariffs? Like, or what's going on? Trump said U.S. He's talking about Greenland right now. Yeah, I mean, NATO and Canada both. It could definitely be like what's it called? It could definitely be like a Trump type of reversal. You know, like if we are gonna reverse, I'm gonna go ahead and assume it's Trump's speech just said something that I don't know, the markets responded positively to. But the fact that we gapped down Monday and then Tuesday and we didn't go back, I feel like I feel like this is a manipulation to go lower. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I think it's being driven economically to go lower. I don't think it's like, oh, we power of three, we can go. No, like I think it's being like, yo, we're setting this shit lower, you know? And I don't want to fight that narrative, uh, where the whole tariffs are involved and stuff. So like, I don't want to fight that. I don't want to fight that narrative. Like, if people are seeing it as, you know, like fear and greed is up, investors are scared to put their money in the market, and I would be too, right? I mean, you don't know what the hell's gonna go on. Maybe a freaking war in Greenland. Maybe the tariffs just keep going up. Maybe the other countries like just strike back. Or they don't accept. You know, all that stuff is like iffy. Nobody really wants to invest their money into the market when they die. They take their positions out. So I'm a little bit iffy in being bullish until that kind of clears up. Because that tank was like, you know, NVIDIA, brother, I'm holding NVIDIA. If it goes below 170, I'll add more. I did originally have a break even. If I broke even, I would have just bought it bought it below my entry, which is pretty much similar to where it is right now. So, if it goes below, so I wouldn't be buying unless NQ takes out previous month low and maybe November low. I don't know if we'll get November low, but I think this one's possible. And then go from there. So, uh, I could play the speech. I could. I'd rather just wait to see because I get notifications. I subscribe to a newsletter and just see what they say. Because if I sit there and listen to the speech, I'm not gonna be able to focus on trading. It's a White House briefing. Visitor House briefing, White House press briefings, captions. I'll keep it open here on the side. Trump said, "Gaddy, everyone watching is gonna make bank." Every time he says something about tariffs, market goes down. Yeah, but people. I mean, people. I mean, listen. Am I looking at the right stream? Is he posting some shit about Minnesota now? Like, oh, this is the beginning. I'm tripping. Oh, this isn't old, bro. Better go on Bloomberg. Bloomberg always got the sauce, bro. Okay, here it is. Oh, he's at the there. Oh, okay. I didn't realize he went to the World Economic Forum. Past corporations buying houses. Yo, shit, that's gonna be me, fam. What? Can't we just say to ban large organizations from buying single family homes? That's actually good for the people. It is good for the people, but boys, that's not good for us. That's not good for us. Unless you don't plan on trading through a corp, but you'd probably want to do that. We ain't the people. That was the old us. We's not the people anymore. Yeah, he's talking about some other shit now. I don't think it's. I have it open. I saw him say something. I'm just reading the headlines. Um, clapping and shit. Like there's something happening. It's small org. Small org is not a good thing, guys. Um, but I do like that it's lower because then that can be a target. The possibilities of filling. Are we gonna fill it right away? The chances of filling org when it's this small is quite large. So let's say hypothetically we get a retrace and then this could be a protected high and I'll take the protection. Don't want to trade my live account today. I don't want to touch my live account until like the shit becomes way more clear. The bad news. No, I'm not even US. I don't even live in US, bro. Oh yeah, I don't live in America either, bro. So I don't give a shit. I'm chilling. Um, Trump's banning corporations from buying houses. Yeah. Put Trump on? No, we gotta focus on the charts. I think we're gonna have a lackluster open, guys, if I'm being honest. What do I think of ICE? I don't know. I wouldn't take this trade, but I would tape read just because the setup's not so clear and obvious. But I think something like this is possible. And it just dives. And I only say that because of the volatility of the speech. It has that power to make us move lower. So we can watch it. Tape read. Getty, I trade every ICT concept and I read price very good, but I don't have a clean model. Do you have any advice for me on how I can formulate a model? Go back into price action, skip to 11:30, and mark out the observations that you see, and that's what's going to be your model. Is it good to trade while you're speaking? No, it can be very volatile, but it also could be beneficial, you know? Like, if the market is predisposed to go lower and you enter during, this is a volatility injection. So, Trump is still speaking, yeah. It's gonna be. I think it's gonna be a lackluster open, guys. Like it's gonna be kind of choppy. So let's stay patient. Let's not take 3 trades in the first 20 minutes before we even take out any key liquidity pools. Although at this time we've already taken out London high, so it is kind of different. But as you can make the argument that this high is protected, and we are breaking down lower. You know, I actually do think we can. I think there's a decent chance we're gonna break down lower. But something that I was doing wrong yesterday was I wasn't okay missing the move. So if this is how we're gonna break down lower, I will miss the move, right? If we're going to take it pre-market and then dump 930 with a small orb during Trump's speech, I'll miss the move. That's okay. I'll find another move. So we'll watch that. What are you feeling about the options play? Still no options play for me yet. Uh, I'll open up my live account, but I'm not sure if I'll execute. Good news is the payouts hit the bank account, so I officially have money to spend on evals again. Um, so those Apex accounts, we can get them. We can get them. Me, I'm just setting up my live account. Yeah, so again, I wouldn't take this trade, but I do think we can potentially roll over lower here. Although, if I'm being honest, it's already taking too long. YM made a higher high. ES didn't make a lower low. So this is such a skeptical move. So like, if this is gonna happen, then 1R for me is $250, but I don't often risk 1R. You can even say 200, because to be honest, I don't really do 250. It's more so $200. But like my personal daily lot, yeah, I mean let's say 200. With Apex accounts, I'm probably gonna go with 50Ks just because you have the most drawdown, like to profit target. You're gonna start with 20 or you're gonna scale? Um, Good question. I'm not gonna just get 20 evals right now. I think I'm gonna go for like either 5 or 10. I'm gonna go for 5 or 10 and then try to get a payout on those. And then while they're sitting there with a buffer, I'm gonna go for more. Yesterday we only lost 1.5R. We didn't lose much yesterday. Like on my take profit trader account, I lost 275. So no, I'm not in longs. I think if it's gonna go anywhere right now, it's gonna go lower. But again, we should be paying a much lower interest rate. He wants the Fed to cut the rate. I mean, that's probably somewhat bearish, I guess. I tried with 5. I tried once, but I was losing my mind with the unrealized drawdown. Yeah, but you get used to it, bro. I mean, I've done it a couple times now. Nope, yesterday was funded. First losing day. I think you can get as many evals as you want. I don't make that much from Apex, believe it or not. Definitely cannot get as many evals as I want. RO, take care. Trump is speaking if you don't know. Yep, I have the stream open. 15-minute FUG might buy. It's possible. With 150K trailing, how much do you risk per trade? On Apex, if you're using the 150Ks, which is not a bad thing, I think it's what? It's 4K to make 9K or something, if I'm not mistaken. Or is it 5K to make 9K? I'd probably risk like 500. It's 5 to make 9. But I'm gonna be honest though. Like I'm gonna be honest. You gotta full port the Apex eval. Like or at least like half port, like quarter port. Like you really don't want to be spending that much time on an eval. You want to do that when you get the account, right? The org is right here, guys. We closed here and we opened here. I'm only marking out org low just because it's small. My narrative, I think we can reverse off of sweeping London highs, but I'm not really liking the way this is forming. I don't like that Trump speaking. I don't like that YM's making a higher high. And right, like I said, my only goal is to follow the checklist diligently. That's my only goal. That's all I want to do. Because yesterday I failed to do that. So if I can do that today, I've already improved my performance from yesterday. That's simple. That's my goal. Follow the checklist. Anyways, yeah, I'm not interested in any longs. I'm not saying I can't switch my bias, but I'm not interested in any longs. I don't see us moving much higher than this. It's possible. It's possible up here, but I think previous ones low and these sell sides a way more probable draw. I wish we took out London highs before, after 9:30 open. Put tariff on Switzerland and hell broke loose. See the headline. Nothing seems to be happening. Time frame alignment? No, I don't believe in that. Does the Trump speaking count as a red folder in alpha accounts? Yeah, but that was 8:30. Like right now, you're fine now. You don't have to worry about that anymore. It's only like the first 2 minutes at 8:30 and before. Anyone to do 22 mile alpha alone super in the 50-minute Sibi? There was technically no 2022 model there, unless it's on a lower time frame. See, I'm getting newsletters. Stock market today. Dow drops as Trump speaks. 9:37 a.m. Yeah. Get these newsletter. Okay. No, again, I'm not interested in any longs. If I'm looking for anything, it would be a sweep of this and then a potential breakdown lower again inside the macro. Maybe I would like that. I don't know when it's going to stop speaking, but the last month the evals were $20. You can full port 10 accounts for only 200. Yeah, yo, 90% off Apex is no joke. But you also have to keep in mind the activation fees, right? Which is fine. Like obviously we're gonna get the accounts. I have no problem full porting evals to get activation fees, but I don't want to immediately go for 20 accounts, get activation fee across 20 accounts, and if I don't get a pair on those accounts, then I'm down all the eval money and those activation fee money. I'd rather like I want to stay profitable with Apex too, you know. So obviously there's gonna be a period in which we're not, but if there was like a 4-minute gap. I was gonna say this inversion could be quite good from the 4-minute gap. The intermarket analysis isn't quite supporting nicely. Don't like the way that formed, so yeah, I wouldn't even be able to trust it anymore. Never mind. $40 from consistency. Risk $40 1 hour trade. You could literally take a trade like this. Like, let's say, I don't know. Let's say for example you're bullish. You enter now. You can put a stop loss like here. Profit target like here. So you entered now. Like again, don't do this trade, but like I'm saying, you can do a really big trade. Use 1 micro on ES. You know, you don't have to enter like, because then you're risking. Like if you enter now, for example, stop loss here, it's $90. You don't need to risk $90. You need to risk $40 for 1 hour, for example. So you get me? I'm looking at this inversion for value gap setup. The 4-minute gap we retraced. We're getting a protraction model now. I'm gonna scan the risk to reward. I like the narrative. I like that ES is going down as well. I like the risk to reward. I like the stop placement. I like the drawn liquidity. 940, not the best time, but the fact that we're revisiting like this, I'm gonna wait for a closure and see if I can get a good fill. We're probably not gonna respect the 15 if we're gonna make a lower low. So I'm gonna give it some time. Even if my fill is here, that's still around 2R. My stop can be here. Whoa, this is tanking. and it's a half-hour trade. So if the next candle just opens up slightly, I'll sell it inside that fair value gap. Oh, I think I just missed my fill. All right, I'm gonna take it with one contract there, guys. I'm gonna put a stop over here. Take profit's gonna be at the sell side. I'm very content with this trade. I've already accomplished my goal of following my checklist. I want my stop to be at 202.5. So we'll go 202.5. And I don't believe in risk reward, so don't worry about that. And we're taking this with one contract. For now, we can always pyramid though, right? We can always move the stop here to the top of the inversion at 187. Once we see some confirming factors, maybe we retrace, make a lower low. Okay, I can even pyramid and move stop. So for now, I like this trade. I think it's working successfully across. Copy trade. Okay, seems to be working on the copy trader as well. It's 202. So I want to see if we can find support in this bearish fair value gap. We're currently filling that in right now. It should be quite heavy in here. It shouldn't. Can't tell if there's a volume balance in there, but we'll just do it like that. It shouldn't want to go too far up in there. I'll just keep the original inversion marked out because that's what we used for entry. One narrative, one side. ES supports the trade. Good stop loss, risk optimal, clear draw. Follow the game plan. That's the only thing I wanted to do today. So far, the trade's not looking too good, but we'll give the inversion a chance. Okay, looks like we will be stopped out on this trade. The 15-minute gap is holding. I would assume that we're going to take out the high here, and I probably just had the wrong immediate draw on liquidity. Weirdly enough, I didn't get stopped on top side. Okay, there it is. I think we're going to probably make a higher high now, meaning we'll take out this high. So my next game plan is going to be wait for the high to get taken, and then look for a short after, potentially. And that will be inside the 950 macro. Now, obviously, it's possible we get souped there, but if we're going to trade that deep, I don't think it's the best trade anyways. So for now, the game plan is see if we take out that high, and then take it from there inside the macro. So we'll wait for that. Let's make this a blue. We are respecting the 15. Some people can take this long if you're bullish. I don't want to flip-flop. I'd rather save my capital for the potential short that may form later. But I do think it's going to take out this high now. Just because if we were bearish immediately, we would have respected that gap, which we did not. So we'll wait for that. I'm gonna demand it. Like I won't take another trade unless we take out this high, or a lot more happens. So I need to see a sweep of that high now, because if we're gonna see this formation, I'm assuming it's gonna run the high here, not just coming here to invalidate the inversion and then re-invalidate and then go lower. That doesn't make sense. Obviously, could be wrong on the day, but I still see the short side clearly. So I have no problem. No problem waiting for shorts. Yeah, I liked how we closed. I mean, that was a good trade. I liked how we closed below org. The speed from the 4 minute, the quick, strong inversion with the order block. We inverse this fair value gap, put in a bearish fair value gap. ES also had similar signatures, and we already had the high from London Sweep Premium. So I really like that trade. It would have been better if this signature was after 9:30, but that was still a really good trade in my opinion. So, meaning that if we were going to take out this objective, like that was the right move. Now, obviously, we could be wrong in bias or in objective. But we'll just have to see. For now, we're gonna watch this, see if it goes towards the high over there. We're gonna keep the risk at 0.5 R, so minus $112 on that trade. YM's kind of just trending slowly higher. I'm gonna check out dollar index. Dollar index is moving lower primarily. Well, actually, I'm on the 50-minute chart, so it doesn't really count because oh, it does. Yeah. So I don't know. Maybe we are bullish today. We'll see. We'll see. It could be a factor into the Trump speech and all that stuff. So maybe a little bit cautious on the next setup. But again, I really like that trade. I would take it again. Just talking about ends to actionaries, some random stuff now. Trump said all Somalians have low IQ. He just said that right now. Yeah, unfortunate loss. I really like that setup. In my opinion, that was a really good setup. But okay. We can already, I mean, I can, it's not for you, it's for me, guys, but I can already visually see how much better that trade was than the three from yesterday. You know, like if we're going to fail with that much displacement, that much speed, aligned with my original narrative from premium, I really like that, personally. So, yeah, I wouldn't really trust this sweep here. I'd want to see, I mean, there is SMT, so we'll see what we do in relation to this gap. I don't see anything too significant. Did inverse the gap there. Trust anything. There is an SMT, so I could technically look for a protraction. I want to be very careful taking another trade here without demanding like a lot of good signatures. I would have to see a good amount of like I'd have to see quite a bit, if I'm being honest. So we'll just wait. Yep, that's a bullish breaker. Yeah, that was a nice inversion play in my opinion. But again, you can't be mad because inversion's long. You guys took the long at 944. Nice. I mean, the thing is about the long, I don't know where the stop loss placement would be, but I don't really like the risk to reward. Like, say you put your stop loss here, which is already aggressive. It's still only 1.05 R. Now, if you're targeting NWAG, okay, different story. If you're targeting buy side, okay, different story. But I don't know if that's the target. I'm in short, so market will dump now. Good luck, bro. Can't hear me? You probably have my volume off. I think this candle will take out the high because ES has a bullish fair value gap there. So I think we'll see a soup. Maybe not a soup, but we'll see what happens once we take that out. I like that we engineered a low. Like it's possible we get a nice reversal from here, 950 macro. It could be so textbook. And if it does deliver, it will be very quickly. Alternatively, we just start consolidating. But I do like the way this is forming. Like I like that we have equal lows. We haven't done much business lower. We put in a low, induce the long, sweep the buy stops, then reverse back down. I like that narrative. I like that narrative. No, the win rate's the same. 0 or standard. If you're like don't have that much money to spend, I would go 0. Like start with 0 and move your way up. Morning, Gatie. Why would it be stronger than bearish S&P than bullish S&P? Why would it be stronger? What's the valuation? Depends on your drawn liquidity and bias. If the market's gonna go up, bearish S&P is weak, right? Okay, Trump's done speaking, I think. He's about to walk off stage. There's about 2 seconds delay between project text and trading view NQ. Interesting. Okay, there's the high. I guess I'd have to see the CISD here in the market structure shift, the bearish breaker, which would be this. I don't know if we'll get that, but if we do, I'll be ready. High, low, higher, high, lower, low. Look, I'll go to the 15-second chart. It's gonna be so clean. I mean, I've seen cleaner. I'm not gonna lie. Okay, the 30-second chart's pretty clean. High, you can see a pretty clean breaker that would form there, right? So stay on this chart for now. Why this chart? Because the cleanest chart. Right, 950 macro. If we can get the bearish breaker, I will short. I will target this low, low hanging fruit. Realistically, I'd probably hold the trade because if we're gonna get below here, if we get below here, it should rip all the way down to sell side. And again, obviously, I could be wrong, right? Showing some pretty good strength above the high currently, but my bearish because we took buy side and what I believe is a bearish market currently, where previous month's low was the draw. So if we're gonna sweep London highs and high of day in a bear market, I think that's gonna be a top. Around, not necessarily, I'm not trying to pick the top, but I'm expecting one to be put in. I could be wrong, and that's okay. I'm not comfortable taking any longs. You're right. Right now, it does not look bearish. IFG, yeah. If you were bullish and you took that IFG, I think that was a great trade idea. I wouldn't want to see much higher than this. ES had a gap there, yeah. So ES has the order block here with the gap. I don't know if it's gonna support it or not, but it's there. Does Nasdaq have an hourly bearish gap too? Here, there's an S&T here. Looks like we might get there. Just have to see. Although, if it starts to break down right now, like I'd actually trust it quite good because ES traded into hourly gap. Nasdaq shows weakness. We went strong above the buy side and then break back strongly lower. That could be a good sign. So we'll see for now. Right now, it's not showing any signs of weakness. Just trending higher. Besides the S&T here, obviously. A little bit of speed, not enough to prioritize anything. I'd want to see this candle start to break down and respect that wick. It's already not respecting. What's the black line above this? It's the hourly CIBI. ES is inside 1 hour bearish fair value gap. Nasdaq did not make it there yet. So my idea is we've taken out buy side. We're inside a premium CIBI above the buy side. I think that's where we could potentially accumulate short positions if we're bearish. Obviously, I could be wrong. Market keeps going up, in which case I probably missed the move. And maybe I can take a 1050 macro deep retraction model targeting this blue line. That would be way long in the session. As of right now, I'm still waiting for a potential short setup. Why are you now bullish buys? I don't think we're going to reach NWAG before we reach previous month's low. I still think we're in a bear market. I'm not convinced on the higher time frame that we're bullish. I mean, we broke aggressively below this low. We left a breakaway gap yesterday. We continued all the way down. Can we be going back up all the way? Sure, it's possible. But a higher time frame to me is pretty strongly bearish. So Be just waiting on that. Could be wrong, but that's okay. I could be right every time. Like how much we came down here is pretty telling in my opinion. It's pretty telling. Obviously, right now there's no signs of bearishness though, so we'll see if we get up here to the SMT line. I think I'd want to see that at this point. Nasdaq. Is Trump speaking again? Trump speaking again? He just took a break. Cutting expenses also key. Tariffs to help pay debt. I like that we're slowing down here, but no, I didn't take a long. Yeah, beefing each other. Okay, we're inside that premium civvy. Anything higher than this, if we start getting to 50%, like I mean, I'm gonna be honest. Like this is looking completely bullish now. Narrative doesn't matter as much as like the market screaming at you. But again, there's no long here for me, so it's not like even if I flip by, it's not like I'm gonna take a long. We'd have to wait till at least 1050. So for now, I'm just gonna see if we want to like aggressively break down, which I don't think is gonna happen. Um, so no, you could make a case, yeah. We could if we get here, it's probably just gonna go NWAG. Then I'd assume this to be monthly low. I really think this came a little bit too far down to trust that it's not gonna take this. For us to go this far down below sell side, it's kind of like a red flag, in my opinion. So I would just see. Just see. But who knows? Analog is a strong objective if we're bullish. I agree. If we're bullish, we know that's where it's going, right? About to put an SL. Now you're down 700. You close the trade. Like it's a slow trend day higher. Looks like a nice sell model that could form, but I think ES inversed the hourly, right? That's a crazy candle. That's definitely a crazy candle. That we will probably take out the buy side. It's going to be hard to find a continuation long, but I think at this point in time I will flip bias. Um, looking for this and this. So kind of killed the original short narrative for me. But whether we'll be able to find the trade long is probably possible. We have a nice displacement like now. Like I wouldn't expect us to come here. So if we get something like this, I could probably trust that long. So I don't see a clear narrative for shorts anymore. Not given how much displacement we had, no sensitivity in the premium arrays above buy side. So am I going to be able to find a long? Probably not. But if we see something that meets the checklist criteria, I will be no problem executing 15-minute gap. Yeah, maybe a silver bullet idea in one of these gaps. Currently, it's just trending higher, so we'll see. You should watch all of them. Start with 2022. I guess the best retracement would be one of these 5-minute gaps. I like this one right here with the order block. So if we can get this gap retraced into, maybe into the order block, I can maybe find a high probability continuation long setup. Um, guys, I don't think we'll get a continuation. This is previous day's high, right, on the blue line. What is this blue line? Asia high. Let's call it previous. So again, now we're just waiting for a protraction long setup. I think this low is protected. Um, unless something crazy happens news wise. Now we just wait. Now it's out of our control. See if we get a nice retracement again. So any retracement into this leg can offer a good protraction model long. Any retracement into this leg, I'm happy with just this 5-minute because it aligns with this. So if we can get that silver bullet trade idea, silver bullet protraction, um, I'd be comfortable executing that. Mark out this. Need FUG. In hindsight, quite bullish. Be surprised though, like honestly, the daily chart for the daily chart just to come that aggressive and stop, like I'm a little bit skeptical if I'm being honest. Hopefully the market doesn't come here and give us a protraction and then that would just be rude. But it's possible, I suppose. All we got to do is not chase it, don't execute with FOMO, and just make sure that we're looking to follow our checklist. I would like it if we kept these equal highs open. It looks like it's going to be a slow trend day up, though. Would you consider taking long from first? No, I would not. Need to see a retracement. Up 50% on the stock. Nice, bro. Speaking of the stock market, how's it looking? Holy shit, it's actually green as hell. Let me check out my stock. Check out. Cool, cool, cool. Okay, so we want a retracement to the 5. Anyways, for those of you who just tuned in, um, starting my side quest of Apex Trader funding. I want to get 20 accounts with them. If you guys know my style, I don't like to risk a lot unfunded. I like to risk, in general speaking, I don't like to risk a lot. I like to risk between $100 and $200 per trade. And to have a prop firm with 20 accounts, risking $100 to $200 is probably the best style for me. So I'm going to start working towards 20 Apex accounts. I'm not going to rush the process, but it's something I want to work towards. I'm still debating whether I just want to wait for CPI or if I want to actually trade them. Pass them one by one. Yeah, I mean, I'm going to be full porting them. I'm not going to trade them like diligently one by one. Each account will be full ported, whether it's a news candle or I really don't have the time to be trading evals like that. I could just add it into a trade copier and then 4x it, 5x it, I suppose, but I'd rather just full port. How much does it cost for 20 accounts? It's actually not that expensive, because Apex is pretty cheap evals. The activation fees can add up, but the evals themselves, like I'm not worried about the activation fee costs because that's like true cost of business in my opinion. Like you literally need that. But the evals you can control. So believe it or not, it's actually not that expensive. Um, yeah, the 150Ks are still extended. I'm probably gonna do 50Ks, even though technically it's the same price for 150Ks. Should I do 150Ks? Maybe I'll do 150Ks. I don't know. Because the activation fee is the same, right? What trade copier? I'm currently using one, and it's good. There's a bunch of trade copiers out there. $10 activation fee? No, I don't think that's true, bro. Okay, looks like we may get a retracement into the 5-minute. That's exactly where I'd want to see my setup form. Apex evals, yeah, allows you to full port. The good news is we're going to be trading into the 10-minute, which we're inside right now. We have a deeper 5-minute inside the 10-minute. I really want to see that get traded into. It's going to be hard for me to trust. Say we get an order block here. Nah, it's not the trade I'm looking for. I need to see a deeper retracement. I could enter that 0.25R risk. Re-enter 0.25. I'd really rather just wait for the better trade. We'll see how it forms. There's no inversion in there. It's hard to trust. I'm hoping this just continues going down. Maybe even sweep this low. Then next CPI, bro. I don't know. I think February 11, maybe something like that. Yeah, I don't know. You gotta Google, bro. I don't memorize. 25, 50, 100K out range. What you saying? Yeah, maybe I'll do 100Ks then. Exactly, Johnny. Yeah. I mean, I honestly haven't really done it before that much, but that's what I would do on these Apex evals. That's the plan. Not on Apex funded, no. You mean on a personal live account? You can, if you want to. You can. I have some people do it. You may get really screwed over by your broker, though. So technically, this is a protraction model long. If it closes above the candle here, like I said, I don't really want to execute that trade. I feel like it's a little bit of a shallow retracement, but it could deliver. Like, we traded into the 5-minute gap here, 10-minute gap there. 15-minute gap forms in 2 minutes. So it's one of those situations. How many times have we been in this situation? If Positive didn't stream, he knows exactly what I'm talking about. The 5-minute gap formed the protraction model, but right when it forms, the 15-minute gap just formed as well. So you need to make a decision. Can you trust the protraction model that forms here, or do you wait for the 15-minute gap to get traded into and then? Tough situation. I've already taken 1/2 R loss, so I'm probably gonna have to wait for the better setup. Go from there. Also, we never got the protraction, so wouldn't have mattered anyways. It needs to close above there. So far good. Give it 2 more minutes or minute 30 seconds. Yep, flip my bias to bullish. I don't think this is going lower anymore. I don't think so. Reason? The hourly chart is just too bullish. I was looking for sensitivity here above the buy side, and I was looking for some sensitivity here, which we're not really getting on S&P 500. So I don't think we're going to reverse back to the lows. I think NWAG is going to be a draw on liquidity before previous month's low, if that's even a draw at all. So daily power of 3 says higher, order flow says higher. I was looking for premium sensitivity here and here. If we were bearish, we likely would not have come up this aggressively. We have a very obvious target, so it was a part of my pre-market plan. I specifically said that if we get above this high and we keep going, somewhere here I'll look for a protraction long because it's probably not bearish. But going into market open, I was looking for sensitivity and above London high, and unfortunately we got a nice 60-point displacement lower, and we got faked out. Really strong inversion play here, but obviously offside. So now we wait. I don't mind consolidation here because the 15-minute gap is forming, which means we could get a very nice setup. I don't know if we will, but the 15-minute gap is officially here. So there we make a higher high. No more news really. There's SMT here, so we could see a short-term retracement right now. More speed on the others. Yeah, it is a double purge. Well, it's pre-market, but we put the buy side in, took sell side, reverse. You could also see it like this, put in the high, sweep. It's just a breaker, really. No retracement. It's unfortunate. Obviously, you could take it now with a stop loss here. I don't know if the risk reward is good enough. If it was like 2 or 3R, maybe. But now it's kind of gone. So we're still going to have to wait for that retracement. No, I shouldn't have tried that long. The long didn't even form until here. I definitely should not have tried that long. No, I don't think it's going to come back to this 15. It's probably going to take the highs first. And then maybe, which is not the trade I'm looking for. The trade I'm looking for is the retracement into the buy side. I'm just for Apex no activation fee ending in December. I think they extended it. No activation fee. They always have activation fees. Apex always has activation fee, but they always drop. They drop the prices sometimes. Yeah, but the evals were 70% off, and I would rather more expensive evals. Like I'd rather more expensive evals than um what's it called? Like more expensive evals. Sorry, cheaper evals and more expensive activation fees. Good job, Ahmed. Yeah, cause I don't mind paying activation fees. It's the evals where I don't want to burn my, I just want to be aggressive on the eval and get it done with as soon as possible. Funded next operator Lucid Black. It's just the same thing but cheaper, bro. I have to see a sweep. No sweep, no trade. Yeah, below this wick. Maybe it can expect the retracement. What I have to see is 10-3. ES still hasn't made it to the buy side, so there's room. Yeah, the 30-minute guy. Yeah, I mean you could keep doing that. That's gonna form in 10 minutes. Either or, I just need to see this low get taken now. Now what I need to see is a high put in, a sweep, and then I can target that high and the external objective. So now the gap doesn't matter because here there was no low. Like I wasn't expecting this to get taken, but now there is a low put in that took out a high. So if we can sweep that low, now I have another engineered high setup where engineered high sweeps outside, people short, stop at the top. Because we're still bullish, I can take that long targeting that plus more. And that's the one that you can run a standard deviation fib on. But we have to see the sweep. For me, like I need to see the low get taken now. It doesn't matter the gap. I just need to see the low get taken. Waiting patiently. Checklist. don't mind this price action. You just have to be patient. Just have to be patient. I think our last silver bullet trade was around 10:23, so we'll see if this candle we get a similar setup at that time window. January was tough. I agree. Yeah, if there's like SMT at the lows, it's fine. I don't expect there to be. They seem pretty in sync right now. 387 people watching, only 10 likes. Oh my goodness. You guys are waiting for me to win or what? I mean, YM's obviously following. What's dollar index doing? Pumping? Bro, this shit's a fraud. This is a scam, bro. Not really pumping. It's boring. I can't lie. It's boring. Model short on the 30-second chart. Jeez. I think that would be trying to pick a top in a bull market. I think I'm going long. This retracing to 15. Probably me too, Woody. I mean, I would need to wait for my model, but basically what I'm looking for too. Oh, there's more than 10 likes? Okay, no, 1 hour fair value gap. Give it here reversals from Woody's? Yeah. Why was that bearish? I thought the daily chart was bearish. We're going to continue lower. And I thought NWAG was going to be a breakaway gap. Like yesterday's drop was so extreme, I was not viewing that as manipulation for the week. You know, it was just a little bit too aggressive for my liking to be bearish. I was not expecting this much of the run to be what's it called? It's a nice setup here. That's a nice setup. I'm gonna tape read it. I'm not gonna execute it, but it's an aggressive play that could play decent risk reward too. Whoa, 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 whoa. I'm trying to put a text. Tape read. The only reason I'm not taking it is because I want to wait for a potentially better setup than this. This is like a B setup. That's greed. I'm greedy for tape reading. How's that greedy? Having OB was just something. Yeah, I don't. It doesn't need to be tagged. No, I agree. It definitely doesn't need to be. It's just what I need to see. You Dominican, Papi? Are you honestly taking A+ setup? No, that's not a requirement. It's not a requirement. I mean, as long as it meets all my checklist criteria. I don't necessarily grade B. I just think this is like an average setup. Like it would be better if we stoop the low and then get the setup. So I understand there's potentially a better model that could form, and I'm just gonna potentially wait for that. It may not form, but I don't want to wait for it. 944 longs, in my opinion, were only clean if you were expecting it to come all the way up here. Otherwise, there was not that much room to work with. But if you trailed your stop, then yeah. Friendly reminder, use a long or short position when there is a target. What? Use a long or short position when there's what other position am I going to use, brother? There's only two kinds, short and long. Thanks for the reminder. I saw something on the daily chart. Every time NQ consolidates the daily chart for a long time, it tends to crash. I wouldn't follow that pattern, but sure. You would probably be looking for that. Go look at all the times we consolidate and then moved higher. Consolidation, we moved higher. Consolidation, we moved higher. Consolidation, we moved higher. Consolidation, lower. Consolidation, lower. There's plenty of times we consolidated and moved higher too. You were only looking for it down. If we leave these equal highs now, protraction longs at 10:59. As long as this blue line is open, I'm happy to take any protraction model that meets my checklist. Um, Once we take that, I think I have to call it a session and just say that I missed the move, you know. So no, I don't really. I trade gold, but rarely. They said about a dump to August month's low. Right now, you think it's gonna dump to August month's low, or you mean like in general, like next couple days, weeks? Oh, the equal highs on the daily. So those are far away though. All the way up here. Yeah, they are clean as hell. I was targeting them like 12 times last week or last 2 weeks. All of these longs I took, this was my draw. And we never got a full run. Okay, this is good. If this can move lower, we're approaching 1030. That would be great. That would be great. We've been heavy for some time now. We could get a nicer, deeper retracement. 30-minute fair value gap. Think it's gonna happen? Probably not. I mean, this has been a straight it's been a straight run up, but it'd be nice. It would be nice. They're equal highs on the daily. It's a bunch of previous day's highs on the same line. What's the cheapest prop firm account you suggest? Like all in cost or just eval? Removing this tape free trade. Did I flick gonna consolidate? Maybe. Cheapest eval? I'd probably go with Apex then. Greedy of you to tape read? Yeah. Yeah. What a day to trail your stop, huh? Can you explain the difference between the sim of props and live account? What do you mean live account? Like personal live account? Or you mean funded account? I don't understand your question. Live funded? It's the same. It's literally the exact same thing. Oh, personal live? The difference between this prop firms and personal live account? In the personal live account, you have fully control of what you do, how much you make, how much you lose, how much you trade. There's no rules. You set your own boundaries. There is no limit, and there are no restrictions. In prop firms, you have to follow the rules and then request a payout and hope they pay you. I didn't take any longs. I have to come back in PM session. Looks like it's gonna go straight to our objective. Even if we get a 30-minute retracement now, it's even too hard to trust at that point. Like I wouldn't even trust a 30-minute retracement. That's just a deep pullback. We'll see. I mean, PM is like kind of the one time I have like peace and quiet. I get to just trade, doing me, not worried about you guys. I like that 15-minute gap, 1 minute displacement. That's all you need, bro. Problem has the least rules. I think Alpha, or probably maybe Lucid. To be honest, Lucid has like no rules. Just trade. I'm assuming you mean rules like requirements for payout. If you wanted a prop firm for requirements for payout, I think Alpha Futures is the easiest one. Alpha Futures Standard specifically, there's only one requirement. It's 40% consistency. You don't even need a buffer. You don't need a minimum amount. Nothing. Just 40%. Um, if you mean rules in general, like to make sure you don't breach the rules, I think Top Step. Top Step has no rules. Like you little ass just trade. Just don't like cheat. You know. Alpha has one rule: don't trade news. Gaddy, you was more hesitant today because of yesterday's mood. I'm disappointed you wasn't in this long. I'm sorry, but that comment is like just stupid as hell. I'm not gonna lie. How much payouts do you have? I have a good amount of payouts. Where would your stop be if you entered? I would just trail it to each low. Imagine if I got stopped out from a long at 940. Dot dot. Nah, I'm sorry, that's a stupid comment, bro. Does Lucid have news trading rule? I don't think so. Don't think so. Make 10 out of 10 rage bait. How much do you backtest? I don't backtest much anymore, but I used to do it every day. Requirement for payout on Alpha Future Zero. You need 5 winning days of $200 and 40% consistency. At this point, I'm going to take the profit I have and get off the charts until the afternoon. Yeah, I think that's a good idea. Looks like my objective is going to be hit here and did not get the retracement that I was looking for. So I have to take $100 today for a payout. Would you try to go something? I have to take. You have to make $100 today for a payout. Would you try to go for something in my position? And what's the best case scenario for today? Um, Probably would, but I mean, is today the last day? Like, is today your payout date, and it has to be today? Blood, I don't feel like I missed any long today, brother. That's why I said your comment was stupid. I don't miss any trade. There's no trade that clearly formed my checklist criteria. This one, but I wasn't long at this. I wasn't bullish at this time. I was only bullish after we broke above this high, and there's no setup in here. There's weak protraction here, weak protraction here, both of which I faded because they were weak. Too far in premium. Didn't want to take it. So I think your question's flawed. Can you trade on your payout day before requesting? I think so. As long as you request before the next day technically starts. And long's possible. That's the best case scenario. I mean, I don't know how long this can trend. As of right now, probably. When are you gonna start the 20 Apex account build? I don't know actually, to be honest. Um, I don't know if I want to just wait till CPI. You ever feel like your system takes too long to form and you're just waiting? No, I almost have trades every day. This didn't happen today. Like it's one day. You want to do it with me? You would CPI play? Like you want to wait for CPI? Because I don't know how I want to do it. I want to full port each account one by one. Wait for CPI. What do we look for in PM? Probably a continuation if it offers you, a nice retracement. So whole bunch of nothing today, really. I was thinking doing the 5 at a time. I'll talk about 945 macro top, 15-minute bullish SPSMG. I thought you would consider this trade. Yeah, I just wasn't bullish at the time. That's why. Time with PM session starts at 1:30. There's previous AM session high, relative equal highs. How did you mark out the NWAG? I have different level on my chart. Go back to the week opening gap. Mark out the closing price here and the opening price here. You can see the gap pretty smoothly. And I don't know why the line disappeared, but there should be a 50% line in here as well because it's a large gap. No, Bloodcot's in here often. I don't think he was trying to be rude. Um, but I also don't think you were here during the time of that trade, you know? So don't just assume and judge. Just in my biggest trade ever. Nice, bro. Congrats. I'm proud of you. Knowing he was a big gap above, he would tend to be bullish for the rest of the week and next week, maybe. Good shit, Noah. Shorts are about to be generational. I think that may be potentially a little bit FOMO speaking because I would have said this long was generational. And to look for a generational short right after a generational long, you might be asking for a little bit too much. I think Edwog's likely at this point. I mean, I don't see this stopping. This daily chart is pretty much going to undo the entire. Where the hell did I go? It's going to pretty much undo the entire move lower. Looks like we're going to get to NWOG today. No problem. So it's not going to be the best trade. Yeah, I really don't think I should take any long at this point. Like, but yeah, it may be lower in point value, but it's not lower in terms of like how much distance it is. You know, if you fill this gap and then react to it today, would you say it's possible for? I would assume that we're not making a lower low this week, and it's up from here on out. If that answers your question, that's going to be my bias for the rest of the week. Why don't I enter at 316? I need to know what time, but if you're talking about any of these retracements, they just weren't deep enough for me. A little bit too shallow. I want to see a nicer retracement into a 5-minute gap, not just this 1 minute. Where do you think is a good stop loss placement? I'd put it right here, 408, and just see if it rides. That's what I would do. I don't know if that's good, but that's what I would do. I make the same or more risky now. Good shit, Noah. Yeah, man. That's really all it takes. Couple wins makes a lot of money, and you don't have to over leverage. It's truly wonderful. And your focus is always on risk management that way. A reversal? No. I wouldn't look for a reversal. Do you like it? Yeah, I think we get NWOG today. I do think we get NWOG. The pressure is gone? Exactly. Exactly. Yes, I am. This is the micro. I'm on the micro chart. Risking 500 revenue. I know it's awful, right? Like it's so hot. Why wouldn't you look for a reversal? Because I don't think it's going to reverse. Exactly, bro. Exactly. Trade the reversal? I don't think it's going to be a reversal, guys. It may retrace lower, but I don't think it's going to reverse lower. Not at previous day's high yet. Go to the daily chart. You'll see. Unless you're talking about YM, then it's possible. Discount code for what? Another thing I saw that helped me is someone saying at the max bet you can get it around 1 to 2K. Why are you trying to make that in one trade? Yeah, I agree. I mean, depends what account you're on, obviously. Alpha, you can use code Gatie. Like right there. Another thing I saw that me is someone saying the max. Yeah, exactly, bro. Exactly. You got stopped out break even on the long? Oh, you're in the short. Okay. I was gonna say, bro. I don't know where your stop would be break even for the long, but it was probably unfortunate that I missed it. It's not gonna lie, I'm a bit upset. No need to be upset. I mean, in my opinion, there wasn't that many opportunities to get in. There was one here, which by the way we also tape read, and there was one here, which we also tape read. So I don't feel like I missed anything. Obviously, it delivered very nicely. You would have had to come into the day bullish. That's all it was. If you came into the day bullish, you probably caught a very nice trade. You know, um, you know, the only thing you can really look for is potentially new week opening gap. If that gets hit, I would call it a session. Like call it a day for sure. already considering calling it today. Alpha Center accounts are evals or instant accounts? They're all evals, yeah. They're all evals. Yes. Mm-hmm. So glad they don't have chain view delay. I bought Lucid Trading. Nice, bro. Yeah, you got to get Tradeovate. The first one we sub London highs, right? First one we sub London highs. Yeah, that was pre-market though. That was over here. We took London highs. Yes, the micro is different, and then yes, it is. Yeah, we're doing a meeting. Yeah. We can do earlier today. We do like 11:15. How's that sound? It'll be mostly just to review with you guys. I don't have any. It won't be a recording. It's just gonna be a study. Um, let's do 11:30. Yeah. You just have to be okay missing some moves. You just have to be okay. Gotta be okay. Solid protraction here. I didn't want to take that, but I guess in hindsight, like it just came a little bit lower. It is what it is. Market didn't give it to me. The market didn't. How many trades I take? Oh, one. Well, boys, like the thing is, at this point in time, I can't really trust any retracement into any gap. Like, I really can't. You know, I'm considering a 1050 macro protraction model, and we just wait for that, and that can be like the last setup, and we look for NWAG, risk half R, but how can you trust any real retracement? Like, okay, I guess they can trust this low, and then any retracement into this range. What is there, a 10-minute gap? It's forming in 6 minutes for the macro, so like maybe I can trust that 10-minute gap. I don't know. We'll see. We'll just see what happens. If we get a really clean setup from the retracement and then get a nice inversion respecting this low too, and we can maybe target NWAG, I'll try it. I will try it, and I will risk half R, and we'll see. I would not look for any shorts today, personally. Every retracement has been shallow. It's been very one-sided, clear bullish bias. I think we set the weekly low. Tomorrow I'm going to be bullish. Friday I'm most likely going to be bullish unless it's TGIF in play. Probably the next week I'll be bullish unless the daily chart invalidates the structure. But most likely going forward we're just going to be bullish until like I think that's it. Like I think that's the low put in. I don't think we're going to make a lower low until we go higher. So oh yeah, that's what I was asking you, Jan. Like, if today was your payout date, yeah, you can try one trade. But if there's no specific date you need to get the money by, yeah, just come back tomorrow, bro. This is micro Nasdaq. I don't understand. Have you ever executed a trade on TradeAway on your phone? How does it? Does it? Not TradeAway on phone, but NWAG on NQ and MNQ have it's a 100-point difference. That is quite significant. Let me check that out. Well, we're probably almost there. Oh shit. Valid. Yeah, I mean, there's NWAG and previous day's high. I can't tell you if micro is going to also get there or not, but it looks like it probably. Might just go straight there. YM better compos than dollar? I would just use ES. YM still has NWAG. ES still has NWAG. So I think there's possibility we still go higher. If I get an A plus 1050 macro protraction setup, I'll take it with half risk, and that'll be the last setup for the day. I'm not going to be trading lunch or PM session today. Just don't want to take a retracement trade when it's this insanely bullish. I've never taken TradeAvate on my phone. I've done TradeAvate on TradingView on my phone, and that was fine. But not like TradeAvate platform. What do you mean reversal? Like, you mean like you think we're going to undo this entire move? Like this was all manipulation to go to NWAG, and then we're going to come all the way back down? I guess it's possible, but I think that's very low probability. Macro spool higher. I would assume that we're both gonna. I think it's gonna fill on all ES, YM, micro. Does it mean it's gonna be due right now? No, maybe not necessarily. But if we're bullish, those are still targets open up for the other indices, right? So you can't go from consolidation to retracement. That doesn't make sense. So where's our premium look with the longs for PM session? All I'm saying is I would not short today. I can't tell you that means take a long. That doesn't mean take a long in my opinion, but just me personally, I would not take a short. If you missed this, I would recommend staying off social media because everyone who caught it is going to post. So it's going to seem like everybody caught it because everyone who catches it is going to post that they caught it. And if that frustrates you, enjoy the day off. How's NVIDIA looking? Why is AMD so much more volatile than NVIDIA? I swear NVIDIA's one good news release away. Damn, AMD's up 9%. You know, AMD. Interesting. Guys, imagine we get a full PM reversal. How not crazy it would be? Can you explain why it's different? Well, they're different books. Like, how do I explain that? The books are different. The pricing is not meant to be the exact same. And when there's a big NWOG, it can be quite different. You know, it happens. It's not like a rare. It's not a rare occurrence. 100 point difference is quite significant, but it happens. Just means that first trade that got filled on the micro, the books are a lot thinner, so there's not as many orders. So that first order, those first orders that came in and booked price was a lot lower. You know, I'm confused with sense of NY NQ. That make you want TP on NQ right now? I would again. I don't believe in just TPs. I would just ride it. So stop loss here now and see if it goes. You know, type of scenario. So I already see the comments. Today was free. Just click buy. And unfortunately, hardly a trend line trader. I would assume like I think more important than MNQ is ES and YM. I hate trend days. I mean, you can't be mad about a trend day just because we missed the trend, you know? Like, this is amazing, bro. You just have to trail your stop. This is the day you're going to make the most money if you can catch it, you know? You just have to keep trailing your stop. That's all, you know? If you miss the move, yeah, it sucks. There's no opportunity for you. One micro for 2 to 3 years and forget. One micro, 2, 3 years Dagestan, forget, brother. Forget. You can already see, look at the candles. They're starting to get smaller. Which means I don't think we're going to get a nice 1050 macro play. I do think MNQ and WAG is going to be hit. But it doesn't mean I think it's going to be hit. Yeah, of course, but I don't know. if it's gonna take a lower low first before it gets this, you still have to manage risk. You know, maybe you put your stop loss at this low and see if it gets NWAG. I would say that's worth it because you're risking 39 points for potentially 80. No, I didn't catch any. Didn't catch any today. Yeah, I mean, there was really only one. You could argue maybe 2 or 3 setups. I saw them. Didn't take them, but I saw them. I blow my account. I took 5 long trades. How? What would you look for in PM? The most comfortable place to rest, brother, because I would not trade PM session when AM session moves this much. I think even the people that caught this move on live would have definitely not held all the way up. The great thing is you don't have to hold. This is why I don't believe in take profits. You just have to move your stop loss. You know? You don't have to hold. There was about 7. Well, I mean, for everyone's different. For me, there was 1, 2, 3 setups that were considerable. Like, even considerable. How would you manage your TP on a day like this? Again, no TP. Just stop loss management. Yeah, you would have had to have been bullish going into the day. NWAG was hit on the mini, not micro. Got 1500. Nice, bro. I took a FOMO trade long and it worked. Thankfully, I got out as soon as it reversed and got a dub. Huh? Reversed? We haven't even reversed yet, though. How would you manage your SL? Each swing low that gets put in. Just ride it. Any fair value gap or swing low that gets put in, trail. Low, low, fair value gap, low, low, plus fair value gap, low, 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 fair value gap here. So like my stop would be right here. Or you terminate now because that one candle's been the largest one in a while. Something like that. Yep, today was a banger. Listen, at the end of the day, no, you can't. I wouldn't pyramid now, but this would have been a good pyramid if you entered here. You know, I think this is a good pyramid, not necessarily a good entry, but in hindsight, it played out. So good shit, Federico. Nice. Yeah, man. Enjoyed the day. This was a beautiful, beautiful display of a buy program. Did you scale in? Trump was speaking out of a few positions, had a couple of protractions. I didn't take any trades today, but I did add some NVIDIA contracts into my stock position. So does that count? Scaling in? Up 3% today. I would be found all the way from $5 today if I didn't take the worst trade not to man yesterday. I feel you on that, to be honest. I feel you on that. It is what it is, man. It is what it is. Not every day can go your way. I've had a lot of days go my way recently, so I'm willing to accept the backlash that may come. I'm mad that I'm turning my buys bullish before you did. I need to find confidence in myself and just do it. I think I missed the setups as well. Yeah, I would agree. Yeah, pretty much same, Sonu. I mean, I think the buys flip. I don't think I was late on my buys flip at all. You know, I needed to see if we were gonna sweep this high and break or sweep this high and go. We swept the high and went. At that point, my buys shifted around 10:15, 10:20, and that's it. You know, simple day. Not much to go over. Not much to go over. Well, boys, watching generations fed in front of us here. The generations are being fed directly in front of us. I'm great, man. Thank you for asking. Let's go straight to all-time highs. I mean, I wouldn't even complain about that, bro. Because I'm going to assume, I mean, the video seems weak compared to the others. I'm not going to lie. The relative strength is not that strong, but I use Wise for my payouts. I don't think I would take a 1050 macro protraction, guys, if I'm being honest. Yeah, you just have to come back tomorrow. Or you can try PM session, but I don't know what you're going to take. Such a deep premium protraction. Yeah, I mean, I like the NWOG target, but just looking at these candles, guys. I mean, look at ES, look at YM. It's fizzling out. I don't even know what gap. I guess maybe a 50-minute gap here, 1050 macro protraction. Like I don't mind risking half R. Just measuring some stuff. The daily, yeah. I mean, I see the 15-minute gap. It's just so bad taking along now. Like if I'm being honest, but we'll see. This is micro NWOG, guys. Do, 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 do. We'll just see. We don't have to take a trade. We can just see. Oh, I saw someone took a long here and got break even. That's so sad. Long strength. It's just sideways. Well, yeah, I was talking about yours. I may take the rebuild depending on how I do the coming days. But only if the rebuild the same price as when I bought it. It should be. You can go to the billing section and check. Does it look to go higher because I want to risk $40? I wouldn't short. Again, that doesn't mean it's gonna go higher. I just, me personally, I wouldn't short. How much am I risking on an Alpha Zero qualified? 5K. How did you trade today, bro? Just got off the charts. I took one loss, half R here, and then I was looking for continuation longs. Couldn't really get a trade. Anyways, see something here. Let me see something. I don't think we got a trade here, guys. The person is a thief of joy for real. I agree. Don't worry about that, bro. Is it even possible to rebuild? Looks like unsubscribe. Oh no, if you unsubscribe, then you have to resubscribe, I guess. Sec boys. I'm trying to make an options play. Sec. Well, we touched the 15-minute gap. I would never touch this trade. There's an SMT here. Don't want to give anyone any information. I'm not gonna take that trade, but that's basically what I was looking for. Just performed really sloppily. But that's gonna be it for me today, boys. I appreciate you guys coming through to the live stream. I'm gonna go make my second breakfast, relax, take the rest of the day off. Not gonna trade PM session, and we'll be back tomorrow. I would tape read this trade. Again, I wouldn't execute this, but you can tape read. 4R potentially. Maybe you don't want to take it anymore because this candle already looks like it's invalidating the idea. So I appreciate you guys coming through. I will see you guys live tomorrow, exact same time. We accomplished our goal today, and we're going to try to accomplish our goal tomorrow. Stay safe. Till next time. Peace.